Helo a chroeso I podlediad Gwasanaeth Ieuenctid Caerdydd. Welcome to Cardiff Youth Service podcast. Today I am with Nikita, Mark and Fallon from Central team. Do you want to quickly introduce yourselves and what you do in Grassroots?
Yeah, so I'm Nikita. I'm a youth support worker in Grassroots. So I do open access in the day and then do lots of projects. Book club is my favourite, so we do that every Friday. And yeah.
Mark?
Hi, how you doing? I'm Mark. I'm one of the senior youth support workers in Grassroots, Central locality. So yeah, what do? Make young people dreams come true. How's that? Or
Yeah,
is that a bit
nice.
too broad?
Love it.
Hi, I'm Fallon. I am a young leader for Grassroots and I help out with book club and the online Discord servers.
Lush. So can any one of you tell me a bit about Grassroots and like just a general sort of day in the life of what goes on down there?
Yeah, so Grassroots in the youth service is just like, it's a totally different building because it's generally focused maybe a bit older, so
Yeah.
16 to 25. It's a crisis centre, so any young people in the city centre that are unsure where to turn or don't know, they know they can come into Grassroots and they'll get a hot drink, they'll get some food, they'll get access to some clothing if they need it.
Yeah.
And then most importantly, when they're settled, they're going to get access to the staff, support, and knowledge around basically what support services are out there that might be able to help them get through the crisis.
Yeah.
So it's a real hub for young people in the city centre
Yeah.
that they can go to and they know they've got a safe place.
Yeah.
And that's just the basics of what we do. Like on top of that, we also run a lot of projects and try and work with the young people to sort of expand and move them on back in, like, not on tracks, that's the wrong word, but to give them the skills to maybe start to develop themselves then moving forward.
Yeah, amazing. Do you want to tell me a bit about sort of the food parcels that we've started doing in Grassroots?
Yeah, sure. So our food parcels is something that's really important in Grassroots because we have, our area is like focused mainly on young people who are experiencing homelessness, neurodiverse and, like mental health support and just everything else which could be considered as crisis or, help and stuff like that. So yeah, the food parcels, we have food from Sainsbury's and we have food parcels from M&S every Thursday.
Big up Sainsbury's and M&S.
Yeah, amazingly
Central.
fresh,
Yeah.
gorgeous food, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Every Thursday night. Fab.
Yeah, and it's just lovely. And on a Friday and a Saturday, we kind of make we do like a family sit down type vibe
Yeah.
for young people because I feel like sometimes home life may not have that. They may not experience that home life. And also, it's lovely that when young people come in and they need to have food, our food parcels are very much in an informal kind of thing. You don't need to come in and say, oh, I got a voucher, I need this and that. We're take food and come in whenever you need it and stuff like that. And I think it's really, really helpful for young people who need it.
Isn't it?
100%.
It's such a big help. Fallon, do you want to tell me what you love about Grassroots and the team in Cardiff Central?
What I love about Grassroots is it's very inclusive with all of neurodiversity, the LGBT, and it's just inclusive with every single thing that you can think of. There's really lovely staff who are nothing but helpful towards everyone and anyone possible. They're there for you if you need anything. And when it comes to Grassroots, it's very accessible and easy to go to as it's in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is catch a bus up to town and I walk not even 10 minutes and I'll be there. It's literally, as I say it to everyone that I meet, it's my second home.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
We love that, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from meeting you, Fallon, the first time, quite a long time ago now, wasn't it? Like the young person you become has just been amazing to watch.
100%.
And now I'm watching you sat here and you did a promo video for us, didn't you, a few weeks back. It's just fantastic to see how you blossoming and it's wicked.
Definitely.
Yeah. Mark, what got you into youth work?
All right, that's a really good question. I've been doing youth work now for coming up 9-10 years, but probably late to the party because I started around 35, 36.
Yeah.
Lived in a very different world, very different career. And I don't know, it was really weird. It was like an inkling. It was just something ticking away in the back of my head that kept saying, oh, one day I'm going to get into youth work. And I just made the decision sort of coming to the end of my previous life. And it was like, if I don't make that jump now, I'm never going to make the jump.
Yeah.
So I started doing the evening classes, getting my qualifications, getting on my volunteering, and just started really putting my drive in to making the switch of careers effectively. Yeah. So I just love it. I love doing what I used to do. Yeah. But the inkling was always where I was going to end up. It was always going to be youth work.
Best of both worlds, isn't it? Like, yeah. And what about you, Keith?
How I got into youth work? Well, I went to uni first and I did social studies because I worked with children for a long time. Yeah. And I really loved that. But I felt like when they got to year 6, it was kind of like they would go off and go into high school and stuff like that. And I felt like that was still a really like influential time for them, like to learn new things and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, it was COVID as well when I finished my first part of university and stuff like that. So I did volunteering in North Ely. So we did lots of outreach and stuff like that. And I got to speak to young people. And I was like, yeah, I think I actually like this. So I was doing like, I loved it. So I was doing like, so I started doing more volunteering and stuff. And then I did that for a while. And then with like COVID and stuff, I was getting a bit like scared to like move, like change a career just in case like COVID would stop it. But after a couple of years, I went to uni and I did my master's in youth work. And then I come back in and I did like placement in like North Ely, like all the inclusion team. And then I went to grassroots and I've never left because I absolutely love it. And and I felt like, because I, as a young person, really like struggled with my mental health and stuff like that. And I always like, I felt like I needed to be that person who was in the youth, like in the youth service or in like the youth environment and stuff like that, because I didn't really know who to go to when I was younger. It was more like family members and stuff like that. And and then obviously speaking to other youth workers and seeing how they worked and the influence they had on young people, I was like, yeah, this is for me. And, you know, and the work like we do now kind of shows, and it's lovely when we get feedback from young people, especially like a young person that came in a couple of weeks ago who like was really struggling with their mental health, and towards the end of the support, you know, they got back into what they were doing and they were really thankful. Like they were happy we were there, and it like saved their life really, because we give them the right, you know, we give them support and we listened to them and stuff like that. And I think that's why I want to go in youth work, because it's amazing and it helps me every day.
We sat yesterday, didn't we, in our little cubbyhole in grassroots. And there was a group of young people in the kitchen just around the corner, so we couldn't see them, we could just hear them, couldn't we? And 2 of those young people have had a really tough couple of months, you know, really a lot of trauma going on. And the laughter coming out of the room, we were like, if we could bottle this laughter, that these young people have got whatever they got going on in their lives, the chat, the laughter, it was like pure freedom, wasn't it? They 100%. Were so relaxed, just like bouncing off each other. And I thought, if I could bottle that feeling, I would just, that's youth work for me, because like whatever's going on, they've got a space that they can just completely relax. It's fab.
It's like it's like you're being that person that you wish you had when you were a teenager,
100%.
Isn't it?
100%.
What is your favourite youth work memory, Fallon?
My favourite youth work memory is when one of my friends in the kitchen accidentally dropped I don't know what kind of liquid it was, but it was like, I think it was milk, and it literally went everywhere. And I mean everywhere. You could see it on the floor, you could see it in the oven, like it was everywhere, inside of like the cracks in the back of like the kitchen, and everyone was literally like dying laughing. And it was the most funniest thing, because there was people coming through saying, what's going on? And everyone was like, something dropped and we didn't know what it was, and we literally had to like get like hot water and like scrub the floor because it was sticky as well. But it was really fun. It was a really fun time. It took us about half an hour to you know, fix it, but it was a really fun time.
Nice, love that.
Carnage.
That just shows how like unserious we all are as youth workers, isn't it?
Just another day.
It's like, yeah, whatever. There's just like loads of milk on the floor.
Yeah.
It's fine. So what got you involved with like youth work? Like, how did you find out about the youth service?
I found out about the youth service through my high school, and my first ever youth worker was Dale.
Whoa.
That
Big
was
up Dale
that
Lewis.
was way
You've grown a bit since then, Fallon. I was in year 7.
that was way back into like 2017. And since then I've been like steadily like going step by step into being a young leader, I guess, for grassroots.
Amazing.
And I've had nothing but a great time with everyone, and it's been nothing but fun.
Amazing.
So that's how I found out about it, and I'm now heavily involved with the Discord servers, especially Post 16 and our new NeuroRoot server. And I am now involved in book club as a young leader.
Amazing. Do you want to tell us a little bit about book club and why you love it so much?
It's not just like about books, it's about like manga, comics, anything readable, or anything like audiobooks as well. And it's not just book club, it's a safe space for people who want to come in, and it's a nice long session, half 2 to half 5. There's so many opportunities to release your own like literature and like your own stories and everything. And you get to talk to people who are like-minded as well, who also enjoy like poetry and stuff like that. And it's, as I said, it's a safe space for everyone who want to be included.
Amazing. If you was talking to a young person that had no idea about the youth service or really wanted to get involved, what would you tell them, and like where would you signpost them to try and get involved?
I would say social media is a really like good pathway to use. at the
We've all got our
moment.
own social media.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think in like central, like in grassroots, we kind of are like incorporating doing like videos or podcasts, or like making sure there's pictures up online, or we got like flyers that we print out, and like people, like when staff go out on street base, we make sure we got like QR codes with like the link to the website.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, because like, I don't know, this is me, right? So because I think I love my job, right? I love the youth service. So I just talk about how it like makes me feel, and how it's really like beneficial for young people. So when they come in, they can like learn more. They got like opportunities for like volunteering and stuff like that. And if you've got a passion, and you haven't found a space where you can do it, like come into the youth service. We do lots of like consultations and discussions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So share like your thoughts.
Yeah.
And we could always try and make a project, or like a little workshop where we bring people in who actually really enjoy this, like the passion that the young person has.
Yeah.
And I think I think when a young person who's come in and they're new, it's lovely when we got young people in the room, and we can say like in the beginning, like this young person like come in and was really quiet at the beginning, and now look at them, they're like Fallon, for example, like literally helped create book club from the beginning all the way to now, and we've like literally created a book.
Yeah.
Young people have written their own words in a book.
Yeah.
And I think that is just like fantastic. And it's lovely when the young people are like, oh, let me show you around the building. This is where like we go here. And we got safe spaces everywhere. So if it's busy in one area, we've got like 3 floors, loads of stairs when you get to the top. But it's a safe and it's a quiet space if you need that. And we're going to be creating another room, which is going to be like a sensory room. So there's just like rooms for everyone and everyone's needs. And I think it's lovely to put that across to new young people, and just anyone that wants, to come in to have support and be in a place where they're safe,
Yeah, and we're open, we're open Mondays for Welsh Club, and then from Tuesdays to Saturdays, aren't we?
Yeah, the blue door.
Yeah.
The blue
Just-
door.
I talk
Just
about
ring the bell.
grassroots. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always say if you see the blue door and you knock it, lots of young people are really anxious. Like we've spoke to young people that have waited for maybe an hour because they haven't had the confidence, they don't know what to expect. And yeah, the blue door for me of grassroots is like the entry to the youth service for our area. You know, you come to the blue door, you knock it, you come inside, and the staff are just there waiting to welcome you in and see how they can help you.
Yeah, and even
So-
if like a youth worker can't help you, like we will always signpost to a
100%.
support service
Yeah.
that they can get to.
And with the collaboration, all the support services that are using the building to actually sort of offer their own support, you know, that side of it is fantastic at the moment. We had Youth Cymru in this morning.
Yeah,
They had their young people coming in to sign up for an event, but then it offers their young people a chance to see the youth service and the building and what we're offering.
yeah,
And it's made we're making those connections daily at the moment, which is fab.
yeah.
And really putting
Collaboration.
grassroots on the map, yeah. So
Love
a lot
it.
of support services.
Yeah.
The youth, we had the job centre. But she literally ran a young person across, poked her head in, gave us a wave,
Yeah.
left the young person with us and had to go back to work. And, you know, and then the young person was sat half hour later
Yeah.
after a tour having a cup of tea.
Yeah, lush.
Hopefully for that young person, that's the start of the next step of their life even, you know. So, yeah, the blue door, look out for it.
Yeah.
Amazing. What is your favourite youth work memory?
For me, yeah.
Or
It
like the
sounds like the
funniest
most weird
story,
little
yeah.
memory, but I absolutely love it. And grassroots is a day where whatever happens, it doesn't faze anyone. It's a funny old building in there, and lots
Yeah.
goes on. And lots of the time, we sort of look at each other and laugh, and then go again. And we'd had a morning that was just carnage for one reason or another. And we were sort of sat in our little cubby hole. And then I looked out, and under the chair was just someone's shoe. And I was like, what? And one of the, for all that had gone on that morning, one of the lads had come in, and his bike had broke, and his pedal had gone through his shoe. So we'd had to stick his shoe together, and then use the weight of the sofa to fix it to get him home. And we were just looking at this shoe under a sofa, thinking, it's just normal. It's just a normal day. And I had a little chuckle, I thought.
Why we had to qualify as youth workers.
Yeah.
And specifically, there's a test.
So as bizarre
of
as it
fixing a
is,
shoe.
the memory of just looking at a shoe under a sofa thinking it's just another day in grassroots.
Yeah, love that.
It's just, I love it, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming to chat with me today.
No, it's been fab, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.